Hello amigos, ¿cómo están? I'm Diamond86 and welcome back to another Chivas video. Today we're going to be talking all about Chivas versus Necaxa, the third game of the season so far. And what a game it was, guys. I mean, it was pretty comprehensive. I wouldn't say it was comfortable, but it was pretty comprehensive, all things considered. So we get straight into it, guys. I mean, the first thing I need to talk about is the Neneba triangle. What an absolutely amazing goal. I'm pretty sure that's his best ever goal. I mean, it was so far outside of the box. It was like a rocket. It went top right hand corner, and yeah, it's a proper definition of boom. I mean, what a golazo that was. And it was a really good way to start the game. Obviously, it was in like the 23rd minute or so. Um, but Chivas looked comfortable right from the get go. Again, attacking fast. It was a fast attacking game, and Chivas looked like they haven't stopped since last season. I mean, it was just full on. The Cats couldn't really deal with it, in my opinion. They only had one shot on target the whole game. I thought they had more than that, but obviously they didn't, so I just checked the stats. And yeah, they had a lot of shots, but only one shot on target is pretty terrible in 90 minutes in Liga MX as well. That just goes to show you that Chivas probably dominated this game, controlled this game. And then, I mean, I've got to talk about it. I mean, I don't want to talk about the game specifically too much, but I mean, I've got to talk about the Canteranos, man. Padilla had a really good game. I think, he got another start and he did really well. Unfortunately, didn't get a goal this time, but he was amazing. He looks like he's been playing Liga MX for years, and this isn't his third game at the senior level. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Um, Had a really good game. Didn't obviously get a goal or assist, but as far as you want to, you want him to have a good game, and I think he did. I think everyone was pleased with him so far. He is coming off the 83rd minute for Brigido, and he goes and scores in, like a minute later. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. It was a really good goal. It was in the box, in the right place at the right time. Probably a Fox in the box kind of goal. You have to be there. You have to make the run. You have to make sure you're aware of where you want to be and where the player who has the ball wants you to be. And obviously, it was a really decent cross from Pavel, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it was a good cross from him, and then obviously slots it in. What a game! I mean, what a game, and what a. I mean, it's crazy to think that, um, you know, the two Cantarano players are doing so well for Chivas right now, and also crazy to think that we still don't have Guti yet. Um, Piojo Alvarado and obviously Alexis Vega as well has still got to come back. So we're missing at least three. I mean, if you don't include JJ Macias in that, you're missing at least three, maybe four top players for this team, and we're flying. I mean, it's another clean sheet for Wacho. Wacho gets a lot of hate. I mean, I don't really understand it too much. Are there better goalkeepers out there? Sure. Are there better Mexican goalkeepers out there? I would say, apart from Ochoa, it's debatable. I think he gets a lot more hate than he deserves, and I think he's done brilliantly. At least since Pauno has come in, I think we really could not have asked more from Wacho. Wally hasn't had a look in yet. Whether that's because he's only just come back. He's only just come in, and he's from a European league, so maybe it takes him a little while to get used to the Liga MX, but he's not needed. He's not been needed so far. He hasn't had a look in. He's Macho's not seen shown. He's not shown a sniff of weakness so far. He's let in, I think, a goal, maybe two this season. I'll have to go back and check the stats on that, but it's another clean sheet for him. Um, and yeah, I mean, obviously, I've just been going through my tweets and stuff, and obviously Chivas del Norte, my guys over there, they tweeted out that Chivas have 7 goals this season in 3 games so far, and 5 of them have been from homegrown players. Um, they tweeted obviously that Nene Beltran and Padilla have got 2 each, and obviously Brigado's got his one as well. So I mean, as a Chivas fan, that's got to make you happy. It's all well and good buying really good top players like Gutierrez, who we did, and it was awesome. And we got it for a cut price still, in my opinion, absolute bargain for 5 million, like I always said. But it's all well and good buying those kinds of players, but you want to bring the players out of the youth system. Javier Hernandez was a youth product. Carlos Vela, I mean, obviously he didn't get to play for the senior team, but he's still a Chivas youth product. Um, Yuri Davila, I mean, him as well, he's a Chivas youth product as well. We want Chivas continually to be um, throwing out these young, absolute world class players, and we're doing that so far. I haven't even really talked about. I mean, I've talked about Wacho and Wally, but mate, Chivas got at least two decent, really class goalkeepers in their youth system so far. I tweeted out because I was watching the U23s game because it just happened to be playing just before Arsenal played their preseason game, and I love Chivas for doing that. They just put their youth games on YouTube. It's super easy to watch. There's no hassle. It's awesome. Again, I've watched more youth teams for Chivas youth games than I have for anyone else combined. So it's been awesome. I got to watch that game. It was awesome. Yeah, Jose Rangel. I mean, he's a phenomenal goalkeeper. Played this game, kept a clean sheet, and was brilliant. Made at least two really good saves. And yeah, he's always impressed me. I really want him, and obviously, I think he's only 21. So I think he's 21 or 23. I can't remember which. I hope he gets to look in Chivas at some point soon. And then obviously the other one is Eduardo Garcia, who's just won the trophy for the Mexico's under 23s. So yeah, two really good goalkeepers. I'm hoping that in a year or two at least, we get to see them play for Chivas senior team. I really like to see both of them play. That's why I kind of like don't really see why we signed Wally, because I think if Wacho I think has got another year or two in him. And then I think if we could have just brought up Rangel or Garcia or both in the backup goalkeeper role for a while, and then they can eventually overtake him. So Wally for me is a bit of an odd one out. I think it's because he's fairly old now. He's 28. I think that's just a stopgap. I think at the moment we have. I mean, on paper, Wally's a really good goalkeeper. So you'd like to think that for the season or so, a year or maybe two, they're going to be our two goalkeepers. But then by that time, I can't remember which one's 21 and which one's 23. I think Garcia is 21 and I think Rangel's 23. But you got to think that in a couple of years' time they're going to be starting to hit their prime. So maybe they just come in, next year or maybe the year after. But like I said, my overall point about this is that Chivas have got plenty of really good young players in their youth system, and we're starting to see that being bled into the first team now. Brigido and obviously Padilla are the first two. Pauno has got experience with young players, like I said, so he must think that them two specifically are probably the closest to the first team, and they've proved it so far. Brigido especially he's only come off the bench. He hasn't started a game yet, and he's done brilliantly every time he's come off the bench. So you'd like to think if he got a start that he could impact the game quite well. And obviously Padilla has started two games and got his goal on his first appearance, and then got his goal on his first home appearance. That's what you want to see, and hopefully we get to see them establish themselves. The people are already complaining or comparing them to Piojo Alvarado and Vega. I think that's a bit unnecessary. There seems to be a thing where, well, these two players are doing really well, so these other two players must be really shit, and these two new players must be really brilliant. And like, why can't we just have four fucking really good players? Like, I don't understand the whole idea of compare and contrast the whole time. Vega obviously is one of the best players in the team. Sorry if that doesn't go against your agenda, but he is, and I think when he comes back, he'll undoubtedly start. Whether he starts against Padilla, whether I want him to start against Padilla, I don't know at the moment. I think Padilla deserves um, a start for the foreseeable future. The only good thing about it is Vega's coming back off an injury, so he's going to have to be eased in anyway, so it's not like he's going to come back in and immediately start. I think he'll be on the bench, and he'll come off the bench at least for a game or two. And if he does really well, then he can earn his start. That's what you want. You want Vega to be like, and Piojo, you want them both to go, oh crap, these kids are doing really well, I need to step up now. So if anything, it's going to help Chivas as a whole, because either Vega and Piojo are going to step up and they're going to do well, and Chivas are going to benefit from that, or they're not going to want to do that, and makes it easy for her to go, okay, let you guys go, I'm going to keep the kids that are actually willing to work hard. So Chivas as a club wins both ways, in my opinion. I think Vega and Piojo will fight for their spots. there's a difference if them willing to fight for their spots and being able to do well enough to fight for these kids. But the fact that these two established L3 players are going to be challenged, and they're effectively being challenged by a couple of what Padilla 17, I think Brigido's like 20, 21 or something. So yeah, two youngsters really. It's what you want. You want your best players and your big players to be challenged effectively by maybe younger, more hungry to prove themselves kind of players. So I don't understand the whole contrast and the whole comparing. Like Vega's obviously going to start playing unless we sell him to Europe. I mean, I really only want him to go to Europe. If he goes to Europe, um, even to Matias Almeida's Greek side, then that would be fine for me. I want to see it. I want to see Vega in Europe. I kind of wanted to see him win something with us first and then go, but that's looking a little bit unlikely now. Unless we can do something this season, we can keep him this season. We can do something in the league this season, but yeah, I don't agree with the whole. Oh, these two players are doing brilliantly, so let's just rag on these other two players for no fucking reason. Um, it's just petty, in my opinion. So, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the fact that we have, four really good players who are all going to be competing for maybe three spots in the starting lineup. So, just like Guti doesn't walk into this team. Pocho, Beltran have been brilliant in that midfield, and who does Guti replace? It's a good thing. You want to have more players for the position so that all your players are constantly pushing themselves. That's why Arsenal's done so well. That's why Arteta's done so well, because he's got more players. He's got multiple players in each position. Even Saka. I mean, Saka's probably not the most replaceable players, but he knows if he doesn't do his best every single game, then and Reece Nelson or somebody else might take his spot. So that's what you need in Chivas, and that's what Chivas as a club is gonna push it to new heights because. Yeah, we've got all these players competing with each other, or they don't want to compete, and it makes it easy for her to go, okay, you guys are competing, you guys are not, so you guys can leave. So either way, Chivas reaps the benefit from that because I think even if Chivas sold Vega and Piojo, they should make decent money from him. So yeah, it is what it is. But I don't really like that whole comparing thing. It's just petty in my opinion. So just wanted to get my 2 cents on that. But yeah, I mean, really good game again. Three wins, 3 games. Paunovic's got his first objective tick now. Obviously, he came out, I think, like at the end of last game, or it might have been the game before, they wanted to get 3 wins from these 3 games. I mean, you have to say these 3 games, these 3 teams are the toughest teams we're going to be facing this season. We've still got Atlas, we've still got America, we've still got Tigres and Monterrey, we've still got Pachuca as well. We saw a lot of really tough games, but you look at the 3 games, the teams that we've played, and you think, okay, we need to get three wins from this, and we have. We've got 9 points. I believe at the moment we're the only team that has 3 wins in 3 games in the season so far. So that's really good, and hopefully we push on now. And I think we've got some kind of other tournament to play now, which I need to look up because I haven't really been bothered to look up. And then we're back in a couple of weeks' time to play Liga MX again, which I kind of annoyed with, to be honest with you. I don't want us to be going off now to do another tournament. I'd like us to stay and keep up a good form in the Liga MX going. But it is what it is. Hopefully in the next tournament, that Vega comes in and re-establishes himself. Pierro's not going to come back because obviously he's still with the national team. They got to the Gold Cup final, so he's not going to be back for a while. So Vega could be back. I'm not quite sure exactly how quick, how far away he is from recovery. I don't even know if he's training yet. So yeah, so far so good. I'm really happy. Padilla and Brigido are doing really well. I think Wacho's doing really well as well. So I can't complain right now, and it's been good for. It's been good to be a Chivas fan for the last couple of weeks. We've really hit the ground running. We've started the way we ended last season. And who knows, we could do something special this season. So I probably won't do videos for the next tournament, the Nations League or whatever it is. I won't do videos for that, but I will be back for the next Liga Mekis game. date permitting, I need to check out to see when the next game is because I'm going to be traveling at the end of this month, so I need to know that. So, but anyway, guys, I'll probably be back at some point before I leave. So, yeah, take it easy, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this far, you've listened to me ramble. That's awesome. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about Brigido and Padilla. Do you think they should start over Vega and Piojo? Do you think you should be worried? Do you think that Vega and Piojo should be worried? Do you think that they won't be able to get back in the team now? Do you think we should sell them? Or do you think it's a good thing that they'll be challenging each other and Chivas will reap the benefits of that? Let me know in the comments. Let me know about the next game. Let me know what you thought about this game as well. Do you think it was a little bit more of an even fight? I don't think so. I think Chivas dominated. I think it was quite a comfortable game in my opinion. Watch only had one shot to deal with, so I mean, I think they had like 13 shots or something, but only one a target doesn't really um, make me worried if I'm a keeper facing that, if I'm being brutally honest. So let me know what you think about Watcho as well. Do you think I'm right about Watcho? Do you think he's underrated, or do you think he's just worse than I think he is? Let me know in the comments and we'll have a talk about it. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.